Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've posted a video, so I thought, we're in lockdown at the moment in Melbourne, so what better opportunity to put out some useful content, well, hopefully useful. I've got my little helper here, Tucky. He's our assistant coach. He's a little bit shy at the camera now, but hopefully he'll warm up a little bit later. So I've been working in this industry for roughly about 18 years now. And one of the main questions that I get as a personal trainer, as an exercise scientist, as a wellness coach is, what's the best way to eat? What's the best food to eat? Basically relating to what's the best nutrition or diet. Personally, myself, I really don't like using the word diet. I prefer to call it someone or your own eating style. So everybody has their own eating style, and that in essence represents your diet. So really, at the end of the day, there really is no one way to eat. We are all so unique. We come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different spiritual beliefs, and I truly believe it's important to honor that, to honor culture, spirituality, and our unique self. And our nutrition often reflects that. One thing though that I usually encourage when it does come to helping people eat healthier is to create a healthy relationship with food. A lot of times people can categorize or describe things as good or bad. I don't look at it that way. I haven't looked at it that way for many, many years, since my early 20s, just before I did my master's degree. How I've chosen to look at food, and also coach it, is that there is really high nutrient foods, so foods with a lot of vitamins, minerals, fiber, really healthy fat, good sources of protein and carbohydrates. So that's your high nutrient foods, which we would always want to consume. And then we have our sometimes food, which is our entertainment food, our fun food, our social food. And that's food that we have sometimes, or maybe a little bit every day. So instead of categorizing between good and bad, I like to say you've got your always, your nutrient dense food, and then you've got your fun, sometimes not so high nutrient, low density food. So the first thing I would say is be kind and embrace all foods. There is no one bad food or one good food. Sometimes, research can be a bit conflicting. It may say that this food is really nutritious, and then years later it may say it's not as nutritious. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. Nutrition and research regarding nutrition is ever evolving. So what you may have believed maybe 10, 15 years ago, and you may have done that in the purest spirit, in the most kindest way possible, thinking, oh, that's really healthy, or that may be a really good food. And then, 10, 15 years later, the research is saying something different. Be kind to yourself. We're ever evolving. We are always learning. We're always growing. So it's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to see things differently, and to also learn that the research is changing. And that's actually a good thing too, because we always want to see and learn what is the best sort of research out there at the present time. So I would say be kind to yourself on that as well. Another really useful healthy eating tip I encourage my clients to do is base their lunches and dinners around as many non-starch vegetables as they can. So getting lots of leafy greens, or whatever favorite vegetables they may like. It may be, capsicums, cucumbers, it may be zucchini or eggplant or mushrooms, spinach, kale, whatever it is. I always encourage them to really sort of make a rainbow and densify their main meals, lunch and dinner, around that. That's another really useful tip that I like to encourage. And opting for a minimum of 5 serves. So usually a typical serve, one serve would be half a cup. So you're looking about 2.5 cups, or even more if you require it. I also strongly encourage to have at least 1 to 2 pieces of fruit a day. Now, a lot of times during the cooler months, people find it a little bit harder to have fruit. So I'd say, simple thing like getting a lemon and squeezing your fresh lemon juice in your vegetables or even in your soup. That's an easy way to get a source of fruit into your eating style. Another thing, a lot of times people want to lose body fat, and that's a personal choice. If somebody wants to lose body fat, that's a personal choice, and I will help them and I'll honor that with them in a healthy way. It may be to lower blood pressure. It may be a doctor's advice if someone wants to fall pregnant, or the doctor has told them, because of a specific condition, they may need to lose some body fat. I am here to support them. And a way that I help them learn how to do that is to honor the amount of energy that their body requires. So there's a certain amount of energy, and we can describe energy as calories or kilojoules. A lot of times people think calories and kilojoules are fat, but actually it's just a measure of energy. It's just telling you how much energy a certain food has. So there's really nothing to fear when it comes to that. It's just an energy reading. Well, we all have a unique energy requirement. What I require is completely different to what, person, A, B, or C sitting sort of down the aisle at a movie theater with me requires. Everybody is so uniquely different. So a really powerful tool is to find out how much you actually require. How much energy does your body require to, first of all, maintain a healthy, happy weight for you? That's something that you've got to discover and learn what feels good and healthy for you. So once you know that, it's so easy. It's really like, I've got a budget and I get to spend it on the foods that make me feel alive. Some of them may be sometimes food. I might have a little bit every day, and most of it is the always nutrient-dense foods. Once you know how much your body requires, then it's your choice how you want to fuel it. When it comes to losing body fat, what we do is we take that amount of energy that our body requires and we make little deficits. I'm not a massive advocate on making huge deficits and losing body fat rapidly. I am, though, sort of someone that subscribes to losing small amounts gradually over time, but with behaviors that you're happy with, that you know that you can maintain for the rest of your life. For example, it may be adding more vegetables into lunch and dinner. It may be drinking more water as opposed to cordials and soda. Little switches. I'm not saying cut it out, but we're making little switches. So you might leave the soda or the cordial for barbecue days, or when you're going out with friends or partners or families and you say, you know what, I'm gonna order that Coke, or I'm going to have, a glass of wine or whatever. You create that own happy policy with yourself, what feels good for you. Nobody can tell you that. Us as coaches, we can help and we can nurture and we can sort of guide, but at the end of the day, you know what feels happy and healthy for you. So in regards to losing body fat, we do need to create a little bit of a deficit. Unfortunately, if we don't, then the body will just kind of stay in that one spot and it will struggle to let go of body fat that you may want to reduce. But if you are looking to lose body fat, I would encourage you to do it slowly, healthy and happy. I know a lot of people want a timeline. I need to get ready in this amount of time, and they've got 12 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it may be. And I always say to them, I really encourage you to work on skills. And if you happen to lose a little bit of weight during that time, that's great. But let's work on a foundation first and take all that pressure off. Because the slower and steady approach will lead to more lifelong maintenance. And that's what we're here for. That's what essentially YUTU Fitness is about, is helping you develop skills so you can stay healthy, happy, and experience wellness all through your lifetime. And as I said earlier, research is always changing. So what may have been really useful and powerful 10, 15 years ago may be evolving today, and more research is discovering new things. So again, be kind to yourself. I don't want you to get upset at yourself, but I can't believe I did that. So you know what, I did that. That's what was happening then. I was doing it with an open heart. I thought that that was the right thing, but I'm evolving. And it's okay to say, you know what? Yeah, I used to do that, but I've evolved and I've grown, and I feel good and I feel empowered about my choices. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. I'd love to make more videos for you all, but I'd love to hear what sort of content you want me to talk about.